Welcome to the Python programming course by Ignis Technologies. In this movie, we are going to learn how we can assign values to the variables. First of all, what is this variable actually is? So when we talk about these x and what y and z, these are holding some values. So you can refer them simply as the reserved memory location that you have assigned some name to it. So on a conclusion, you can simply say that variable is just the name of a memory which you are going to use in your programming. Let's create a new module for it, and I'm going to create a new PyDave project, and I'll name it as module 2. My grammar version is going to be latest Python 2.x, and interpreter is going to be default, and I'll make sure that Python is being selected, and I'll click on finish, and I have to create a new file in it. I can simply create a new file, and I'm going to name it as variables.py, and I'm going to click on finish, and that's it. My file is out here. I'll just make sure that the Linux user can also use this file, so I'll put a shebang out there with the name of /usr bin python. Now let's talk about the variables. So Python variables do not have to be explicitly declared to reserve memory spaces, and you don't need to assign like something integer Python or string x or integer x or float x. You just have to assign the value with the help of equal sign, and Python is automatically going to handle it for you, that which variable is going to be defined for an integer or floating or something like that. And make sure that you use a single equal sign, and let's have some example like x is equals to 5, and this is automatically being converted into the integer type, the value x. If I say y is equals to 5.6, and let me just save it, and the error is being gone, and automatically the y is being assigned to 5.6. And when I say z is equals to, let's assign a string to it, and let's call it as ignistech.com. So this string is automatically assigned the value of z. I can print out all these values x. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it 3 times, and I'm going to change the value here with the y and the value z. I'm going to save it, run it with the Python run, and you can see 5.6 and ignistech.com is being assigned values out here. So these are the pretty simple example, and let me just show you a couple of more things by which you can do the things out in the Python. Python also allows you the multiple assignment all at once. For example, you can simply say a is equal to b, which is equals to c, which is equals to d, and all of these might be equal to 2. So this is also a perfectly valid syntax in the Python. Let me just put a space here, save it. It's prompting us an error, and it's an indentation error, not the syntactical error. I have just mistakenly put an extra space. So this is also perfectly allowed in the Python. If you're going to try to print out a, b, or c, these are all having a value of 2. So it is also allowed. And there is also a couple of other statements. I'm going to just make it a comment because I couldn't think out any of more variables apart from x, y, z, and abc. A quick tip here: don't ever put your variable name like abc or x, y, z apart from practice, because always your variable should have a specific meaningful name so that it mentions something so that you can use it. Like you are building a game life, so name your variables like life of player equals to 3. So apart from that, what you can do here is I'll just make sure that a comma b comma c, and you can assign multiple values all at a time. So I'm going to say just 1, 1.1, and the third one is going to have a value of Ignis. If I save it, you can see these are all valid. I'm going to just copy these 3 lines from here, and I'm going to put these lines here, and just going to replace it with a this one with B, and this one with the C. I'll save it and run it. And you can see it says 1, 1.1 and Igneous at the bottom. So this means this is also a perfectly valid syntax while assigning values to the variable in Python.